Well, that didn't help.
I got a new door.
The fridge. Today we're gonna start working on the cabinet that holds the fridge. Right here, behind the bed, behind the driver's seat. And first we need to confirm all the measurements, because back when I did the planning, we didn't have a bed. I've cut all the panels that are gonna be the carcass of the cabinet, but I keep forgetting that the wall is not straight. So we're gonna have a little bit of a gap here, which is fine. This here is a little bit of a problem, so we're gonna need to deal with this, which probably means cutting a new panel. So let's do that. One day, something that I cut or build is gonna be straight the first time around. So this time, I cut this beautiful panel right here, but as you can see on the corner, it's not at all parallel to the cabinet. Let's make some adjustments. Now that that's straight, let's begin making drawers. With this sanded and varnished, it's time to begin assembly of the drawer boxes. It starts well. First thing attached, and it's already the wrong way around, because the pocket holes are supposed to be on the outside. Take two. If my measurements were correct, now we know this is where the fridge ends, so we need to give it a little extra gap, and then drawers. Now comes the hard part of aligning this on the cabinet with the drawers. Moment of truth. Woo! So smooth. We have one more drawer that was supposed to be left, but I don't know what sort of calculations I did, because this is the size of the drawer that I have left, and that's the size of cabinet that I have left. As you can see, it doesn't fit. We got a little baby drawer. Yeah! Now that all the drawers are done, we can finally finish off the electrical connections.
Je suis sexy, genre je sais pas. Monte dans l'avion direct, aéropas. J'ai pas beaucoup de cash, ça ne va pas. Mais j'ai ce truc qui frappe, Dua Lipa. Je suis sexy, genre je sais pas. Monte dans l'avion direct, aéropas.
Whoops. That should have turned on. So now we need to figure out why it doesn't. It's on. Wait. It wasn't as satisfying as it could have been. I am so smart. I was cutting the fronts for the drawers. Now, if I open this drawer, it's gonna hit the cabinets. So, what do? Cut a notch, I guess? Not ideal. Now that we have all of the parts, let's begin putting the faces on the drawers and have the cabinet finally look like a cabinet. They're in place. This one doesn't actually close. The gap is a little bit too big. And this one, the gap is a little bit too small on one side. So now I just need to do a few small adjustments. But I just want to take a nap. So much better. I know I should have done some of these things before I assemble the cabinet, but I get excited about building and I forget about these details. And now I'm taking things off in order to add screws to secure the top. But what do you do? Oh yeah. Also, don't know why I was doing it from down up. Yeah, whatever. I'm tired. I can't think. Forget about that part. Now I need to cut notches on the back of the drawers if I want to take them out. Done. As we know by now, nothing in this van is straight, so we have a little bit of a gap here against the wall. That's perfect. Now we need to figure out how much of this width we need to cut down. I want to test out all the different bevels I can have. I'm between the 45-degree chamfer at the top or just the 5-degree top round. Coin toss? Heads, top round, tails, 45-degree chamfer. Well, that didn't help. And And now that we finished with this beautiful cabinet with these colorful, pretty drawer pulls, it's time to move on to the next thing, which is gonna be, I got a hangboard on my birthday. Thanks, Philippe. And the only place to put it in the van that makes sense is here, above the door, so I can hang with my feet out. But, as we all know by now, in this van, nothing is straight. So, I'm gonna need to figure out how to deal with this curve. But first, I need to remove sections of the wall to add extra supports because I wasn't planning on having much weight on this part. Now that we have the extra supports, we need to figure out how big this gap needs to be and what the degree of the wall is. Now that we have the sloping back supports done, we just need to attach it to the wall. And it's done. Let's see if it works. And with my grip completely dead from testing the hangboard, I thought it was the perfect time to go solo lift a 70 kilo sliding door. I got a new door. Well, new for me. It's clearly used. It was from an old ambulance, but I got it because I wanted an extra window. And our first step's gonna be to remove these decals, which I'm gonna try and using a little bit of heat to see if I can loosen them up and then use a plastic scraper to get them off without scratching all of the paint. Okay, it works. It's just gonna take a while. Next step is to remove these like frosted stickers to have clean windows. But now I just need to wipe away all of the dust, clean it off so I can prime it and give it a fresh coat of white paint. Have it clean and pristine before we put it back on the van. Now that this is painted and while it dries, we're gonna move on to disassembling the current door that's on the van. It's out! Now that everything is fixed, clean, and painted, it's time to put everything back together. But first we need to lubricate everything to make sure that it runs smoothly and for a long time. So I got some grease here. Let's get dirty. And since we have new doors, I also decided to get new rollers. Shiny. Okay, removing it worked, but I think that's the easy part. Now, how am I gonna put the new door on the van by myself? I have two options. I try to do it by myself using the bucket for leverage and just wiggle it in, or I wait until somebody gets home. And I think I'm gonna try the first option. I should probably warm up. It's in! And now we just need to make a few adjustments on the position of the rollers and whatever you call the little like connection points. Let's finish it off. And that's it. We have a new old door working almost flawlessly. If you're also looking for a way to adjust your own doors, there's a link in the description with a PDF that details the whole protocol for adjusting both the sliding doors as also the back doors. For now, I'm leaving, so I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Immediately at the edge of the support, edge. Back when I did the plant, cut. I decided that maybe it was from an old ambulance, and I got it because ambulance. I'm sweating and I can't see anything. Now that we've to remove these decals, which is